Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Chris Glides. Today I'm going to be jumping on the 23 Harley-Davidson Road Glide CVO, and we're going to be going down to Solomons Island, Maryland. While I'm there, I'm going to stop at the White Sands Marina and some of the other areas of interest while down there. I know that they have like a tiki bar and a few other coastal restaurants and things like that I'll drive by. And just so you can kind of see some more areas of Maryland that are pretty exciting. To get there from the 495 Beltway, it's about an hour, and you're gonna take Route 4 and away, the opposite way from DC. You jump on Route 4, which is Pennsylvania Avenue, and you just keep straight as far as you can go. Well, anyway, let's hop on the bike and take this ride. Thanks for watching. All right, so another day I'm out on the bike, and as you look up at the sky, you can see how blue it is. It's just almost perfect mixture of temperature, humidity, and air, and it's just the perfect day to jump on this new Harley-Davidson. Over the past few months, waiting on the release of this bike, there's two words that I don't want to hear anymore because I've just heard them so many times following this bike. It's VVT and CVO. And I don't care where you go in the Harley community, that's all you hear is about the variable valve timing and the CVO. Who would have thought that one machine would make such a big popular impact so quickly? The third three numeral word that I've heard was 121. This bike has a 121 on it, yes. And those are the three main things that you hear about this bike, other than the large display screen. The screen is large and it is very bright. The main thing that I'm starting to learn and like about this bike is that the empty canvas or the full canvas, however you want to look at it, it's just perfectly ready and staged for you to go ahead and upgrade and improve this machine. I've already seen YouTube videos with this bike on the dyno and the numbers were extremely impressive. But as the bike stands right now, it's perfectly calm and extremely quiet. It's almost as if you needed to have this extreme quiet so that you could fully concentrate on learning all the different dynamics of this machine. With all the new menu options, it's almost difficult to pay attention to the ride versus just enjoy the ride or push buttons. What's up YouTube? It's Chris Glides and I'm just out here on the Road Glide, just getting some miles to try and get the break-in miles in. I'm down here close to Solomons Island, and I'm near a restaurant called Vera's, and it's called White Sands Marina, and it's pretty nice out here. And as you can see, a lot of boats in the back, a lot of coastal Maryland houses on the shores here, and just a really nice area. So I'll show you around. Just check the camera. Here we go. Road down here to Vera's, and this is a restaurant bar shaped like a boat almost. And you see, that's Vera's right there. And as you go up the hill, you see the restaurant a little bit better. But what I want to show you about the marina is that a lot of people come, like their house is right there, they take the smaller boats over, they go to happy hour or they have some food. And this house is like all the way down, and this leads out to the main part of the water. And I believe this water is brackish, but I'm seeing jellyfish, so I'm definitely not sure about what type of water it is. I know the bay is not too far away, so let me see the bottom of this. So I'm leaning towards this is more salt than fresh, but definitely brackish for sure. See a few of salmon in the center of the screen, jellyfish. Yep. So, which brings me to my next topic, which is things that you could see. The display screen is pretty convenient, especially the fact that now you can see what gear you're in. Your gear will display right under the speedometer, and that is helpful, especially at the lights when you don't know if you're in first gear or not. But speaking of gears, this bike shifts into all the various gears like extremely smooth, and that's one of the other main things that I like about this machine. Here at Solomons Island, just hanging out. Have Storm with me, just having a good time. Just breaking her in. It's about 25 more miles till she's broken in, and we're ready to try and see what it's like over the 3,500 RPM. So right here, as I staged Storm, I was thinking about the water in the background and how they call these fairings a shark fairing, and just capturing the side profile with the water in the background just made me feel like that this was either a whale or a shark right out of water. So as I cruise through Solomon Island, it's a perfect little getaway for like a day trip, for like a small zip trip for you and the family to get out to. There's a variety of different restaurants in this coastal region right here, and it's a nice ambiance and a nice vibe. The people down here are very friendly and very welcoming to people visiting their community. This is about an hour trip outside the Washington, D.C. area. All right, everybody, we're out here still, Solomons Island, about to hit up this what is known as the Tiki Bar down here. There is Ty, you guys know him. We're out here riding. Wild Bill is missing today. What's up, Wild Bill? Shout out. I never noticed the Tiki Grill before. Yeah, because I think they might have just opened that side. I don't know. It's been a minute. Oh, it's been a minute. So we had a quick bite to eat, and it was back on the bikes. We had an hour trip ahead of us, and we had lots of fun during the day as we rode. The whole objective was to finish my 500-mile break-in, and right about here, I think I was at like 480, and so we still had some calm riding to do, and it was just a nice day. The sun was setting, and I could feel the temperature dropping as I rode. I didn't bring any jacket or any type of gear with me, and it was about 67 degrees right here, and getting pretty uncomfortable. So the bike is equipped with heated grips, so I just turned the grips all the way up, and that kind of added a little bit of warmth to my ride. All right, YouTube, thanks for watching Chris Glides, and thanks for riding with me today out to Solomons Island. I did enjoy the ride. I just hit 500 miles on the bike, and was able to get in a little bit after the 3,500 RPM range. Yes, the 121 has some speed to it, it has some pickup, but stock, you are gonna need to, if you wanna feel some more pep, hear some more rumble, and kind of awaken the bike, or any bike for that factor. Some of the things that I'm gonna do is I plan on changing out the rear part of the exhaust, which is the mufflers, and Chromeworks makes a muffler that matches the finish of what's already on the bike. So that's gonna be, I think they said about $950. And the next thing I'm gonna do is put on one of the heavy air breathers by Screaming Eagle, the one that they sell at the Harley-Davidson dealership. That breather, I think they said is about $650. The other thing I wanna do is I wanna install the tuner that they have. I wanna give that Bluetooth tuner another try, and hopefully there's some map configurations. I really, really hope so, because however I get it to work, I did like the functionality of it being Bluetooth. being able to clear error codes, being able to see live data on my phone screen. I do like that. Tuner has had some bad ratings, but I think I'm gonna give it another shot. One of the other things that I would like is a taller windshield. This windshield is smoke, it looks very nice, but it doesn't provide the type of wind protection that I'm looking for on my rides. They do offer a 10-inch and a 12-inch windscreen, and the ones that I saw were clear, so I'm not fully aware of if they have a smoke option yet. I'm sure as time goes on, there'll be all types of companies that will be offering different things for the bike. And so that's what I have so far. I did see some similarities in the challenges with the radio wirelessly connecting to the Apple CarPlay. I know that you have to use your Cena 50S or your headset device to connect to the radio in order to connect Apple CarPlay. And that's just how it is, because I experienced the same thing on the Goldwing. However, you can plug your radio in, but I do like the Apple CarPlay feature, but the way it's set up stock is you have to use the headset feature with it. I still have a lot more riding to do. I did that 500 miles in about 3 rides, so I'm not fully up to speed on everything there is to know about the bike yet. I do feel like I did learn the menu screen well, pretty fast off. So that's a good thing for all those that might be intimidated by the infotainment screen. I was able to learn that pretty quickly as I messed with the radio. It did easily sync with the garage opener. I just pushed the button on the garage panel opener, pushed some options on the screen, and it worked pretty much right away. And it does give you an option to open up multiple doors. Some of the other things that I do like about the bike, I do like the sound system. And I'm not sure what size speakers are in here, but I do know that they offer a 6x9 option. But just looking inside here, I'm not sure what size these are. They might be the 5x7 or 5x8. I'm not sure what size that they come with, but I'm fine with the ones that are in there. I think maybe at some point, if there's a option or opportunity, I may add the 6x9s, but I would like to hear the difference with someone else's first. I think the immediate must that someone should put on this is the saddleback guards. I think that's the first thing that someone should do, is to add those on there, because I know that these cost a pretty penny if you were to unfortunately drop the bike and damage it. So I may make the sacrifice and go purchase those saddleback guards right away. I did run down to the basement and pulled some saddleback guards that I had off of Grady, and I wanted to see if they'll work on this bike, but just looking in the parts catalog, I see that they are different, so I'm just gonna have to spend the money. And so I was watching the episode of Riding and Wrenching, and he provided some very good information on how to customize your suspension for your specific bike. He said, if I can remember, I think he said it's on page 47 on how to dial in your rear suspension. And although there is the new tab to dial in your suspension right here, that is for when you have a passenger or extra luggage, but there's a way to customize your suspension by doing some turns and adjustments or whatever. But check out the latest episode of Riding and Wrenching to see the details on what he does. It's very easy, and he said it makes a big improvement on the bike. So far, I just did the manual turns, but I kind of get his point. You set it, you dial it in, and you leave it permanent, And then that way you can use the other one to make the adjustments as you need to go. And so that's what I have so far. The bars, the good news is that these handlebars work pretty well. They have a different design where they're not turned in as in the past, they're turned out, and you could actually keep these on, and unless you want cosmetic changes or whatever, or you do need something tailored or customized for yourself to where you have to change them, then you can. But the good thing is that everything's right here, so it won't be a heavy lift. I think that you still will need to have your cruise control and the wires and stuff ran on this side for your heated grips and your cruise control and all the other electronics there. So I'm pretty sure it's a hefty amount of wires coming in from this side, and those wires from the throttle still have to come in down there. So just keep that in mind if you do think that you're gonna purchase a new set of bars. This bike is gonna come, I'm pretty sure, without even looking, because I've ran wires for bars before, but without even looking, I'm sure that this is gonna have way more wires to run through the bars if you decide to get like the Z bars or any type of other bars. And you're looking at a risk, because if you happen to cut in, I don't know if they're running like, who knows, I don't know, but if they're running some type of different type of cabling or wiring now, like a fiber optic or just something, with all the new features on that left side control, if you were to damage some wires, putting new bars in, that's gonna be catastrophic. So if you guys have videos running new bars on this and it's not that big of a deal, it will be a great relief to me, because I'd like to see that. I can't wait. I think for cosmetics at some point I'll change my bars out, but for functionality, they're fine, because even though they're pushed forward to me, I can make the adjustment to push them back up a little bit if I needed to. But for now, bars are good. So I was comparing both bikes, and I had a different response to the video initially, and I thought about all that I had to say in a 17-minute rant, and then I kind of retracted on it. I'm gonna give the bike more opportunity and more chance. Just comparing the two are different, because Grady has a custom tune. It has the 131 stage 4, and it is a bigger built bike, being a limited than being like a regular Road Glide or a Road Glide CVO. You could tell just from the stance that Grady sits higher. Grady seems like it's a little bit longer, definitely sits higher, and definitely has a lot more options considering it was a limited, especially with the liquid cooled fairings, the lower fairings in the front. But the stance of both side by side or next to each other, Grady just dwarfs this bike. I've pulled up to other Road Glides with Grady, and people were like, man, what size bike is that? Or what kind of bike is that? Is that custom built? It's a limited converted to look like a special. And I think I did a pretty good job with it as far as like the looks of changing it from granddaddy to daddy or zaddy. but yeah, but so far so good. I have expectations for it that weren't met, and then I have big expectations or big plans for the future. I will not be going into the engine to do any engine mods, period. I will not be putting headers on this bike, period. So all this is gonna get mufflers, air breather, but I will not be touching, adding in cams and larger heads and this, that, and the other, and nothing. No more engine work for me on my Harley bikes. The last experience I had wasn't so well, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Even when stuff is under warranty, I'd rather have the comfort and the reliability of knowing that the bike's gonna run without issue. And I think when you sometimes customize a bike or you get into the different engine builds, you gotta have a bike backup. So having a bike backup was a good thing, but if it's your primary bike, don't crack that engine open unless you have a backup bike, because things happen. Me and Grady have that love-hate relationship, and it's working great now. It's in its prime of perfection, but there was a lot of growing pains when that 131 build was put in, and I mean, things happen. Like everything under Murphy's Law has happened with that build, as far as like defective parts and all kinds of different things that went in with that. So I got a stock bike now, and I will be keeping it as stock as possible. So anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Chris Glides. And if you like it, please hit the button for the like button, comment, and get your friends to subscribe. And if you can subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, that helps me. So stay tuned for more content. I will be out on this bike, I will be out on Grady, and I will be attending some events and talking with other people who have bikes and who are on bikes. For all the subscribers who have been here from day one, thanks for hanging in there with me, and there will be more to come. I see an Indian in the future. I see another Gold Wing in the future whenever they get the touchscreen display. I would like to see a bike company create some kind of hybrid touring motorcycle with the touchscreen, maybe some type of lane assist. I love the way Harley put in to where you can open up the garage. That's my favorite function so far, just being able to touch the screen, open the garage. But technology is here, so I like that. I'm wondering if one of the bikes can automatically put in some type of tracking system on the bike, so that if the bike is stolen, it could automatically activate or something that would come with the bike like that as standard. And just some other ideas. I mean, there's so many things out that you can do to and with these bikes that I'm just waiting to see. I wish Harley-Davidson would have put in the electronic suspension to where you could change the suspension on screen, like some of the other companies like Indian and Honda. But they didn't, and I know that there's a reason for it, and oh well. All right, that's enough. Went on this long rant with you guys, but thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon.